Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Doctor Who Pod. I am Josh. With me, as always, is my co-host JP. How are you, Jack?
Hi there. I'm good. It feels like an absolute lifetime since we've been recording because someone went away on holiday.
It feels like it's been a while, yeah, but we are back and we are joined again by a special guest, Bradley Fuller. How are you?
Yep, not bad. Still wish I was not called a special guest.
To be honest, I think Brad should be a co-host because Brad and I
Thank
could have
you.
run it while you was away on holiday.
But you didn't.
We could have done that actually. Yeah,
We could have done that, yeah.
But you didn't.
And in fairness, you edit them, so
yeah.
I
true.
edit them. I record
wouldn't have done that.
them. I upload. I bet you literally wouldn't even know how to upload them.
no,
No, I
not a clue. In
wouldn't,
fairness,
yeah.
not a clue.
Anyway, so we're doing Rise of the Cybermen and Age of Steel. Before we get started, what song can we use for the intro for this one?
Ooh, questions.
I quite like the actual Cybermen music. To be fair, I think it's pretty cool. No,
Is a-
I'm not going to try and do that. That's dreadful.
No, great score for the episode. But yeah, we had what did we have? Thunderbirds for one of them, and what was Waterloo Road before that.
Classic. Both my suggestions, by the way.
They were very good. But no suggestions for this one, no?
I don't know. What about the music tune for I, Robots, or what's that film? You know, the film with the coloured robots back in the
I
day.
don't think you can use that word anymore, Brad.
I meant
I
like
know
Living Williams.
robots is a dodgy word, but you know.
What do you mean the coloured robots?
What's that film? What's that film?
The Disney film.
I think it's just called Robots.
Yeah, the Disney
Oh
film. called
yeah,
Robots.
with
It's a
bloody hell,
great
who's-
film.
Robin Williams,
Oh,
yeah?
Robin Williams. That's it. Yeah, he plays the red one, doesn't he?
That's got a
It's
pretty
like-
funky theme tune. I think we should use that.
All right, I'll YouTube it after this, and then I'll see if it's noteworthy or not. So this is our new section called Who Knew? Zzz.
Oh, we're going straight into that. Nice. Sorry, I thought we still had more to discuss on the episode.
No, we do, but let's do this. I'll then edit this towards the front of the episode, probably if I remember, and then
right.
we'll finish off where we were with the end of the episode.
Okay, right. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll talk for that. But I want you to when this section goes through the podcast, do some like BBC News background music or something. Yeah, make it a bit dramatic. Nice.
Yeah, are we happy with the name? By the way, I thought that up on the spot.
No, I quite like
What was
that.
it? What was the name?
It's Who News.
That's actually quite good because it's sort of like who knows and who knew about this sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Walk us through the joke. I like it.
I just wanted to. I thought it was pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're not saying it's not good.
Okay. All right.
Right, anyway,
Anyway.
Bradley, fire away then. I think
Yeah,
you found
so-
some links.
Yeah. So we discussed earlier on about the new stuff coming to BBC iPlayer, which we're going to have a little look at. But
Or we
also saw
haven't
some-
discussed it yet because I'm going to edit it in after this, but it will be somewhere in this episode.
okay, so somewhere in this episode there'll be some news. Wherever Josh decides to put it. But an extra little bit of news is some leaks that have come out on some. Obviously, people know the new collaboration with BBC and Disney Plus. There's some new spin-offs possibly coming, and a couple of them have been leaked. So the
Allegedly
first one is apparently-
leaked.
Allegedly leaked. The first one is apparently an 8-part series around Unit. Jack, has Jack seen Unit yet or not?
Yeah,
What's
for
Unit?
sure.
No, I don't think he
Unit
has. He
is
said what-
no, you have for sure. It was the one with the Slovene where it was called United Nations Intelligent Task Force, and
That's
then
the
the
one.
United Nations complained.
Yeah,
basically the army.
yeah. Yep, no, I got it.
Yeah, so it's the army, and so yeah, there's a few people who are saying that it's going to start. Gemma Redgrave, obviously, we know. Jack hasn't met her yet, but me and Josh, we know her as Kate Lethbridge Stewart.
I know her as the
Ruth
woman from
May-
EastEnders.
She's not in EastEnders.
Oh, controversy.
What happened there? I missed that.
I don't think is she in EastEnders? I don't think she is.
Yeah, she is.
I don't think she is. But
Kate.
is that who she is in EastEnders?
No, that's who she is in Doctor Who.
Well, have a Google and see who she is in EastEnders because I don't recognise her.
I'm just going to do it now. Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh,
the other person is Ruth Madeley, who I believe is the woman in the wheelchair in the new special.
Oh, let's hope she
Um,
doesn't get upgraded because she'll still be in that wheelchair.
Oh God!
Is she related to Richard Madeley?
Who knows? Don't know. It could be his daughter. Don't know.
Richard and Judy's daughter.
Have a little Google.
I've got too much
The
to
other big
Google.
one, which I'm absolutely buzzing about if it's true, is obviously Freema Agman, whatever her name is.
Oh, nicely done.
Who we know is Martha Jones. Jack also hasn't met her yet, but that would be unreal if this is true and she is it.
That would be pretty
and then
good,
there's a
to be
few
fair.
other people who I haven't heard of. I've had a quick Google and I still don't know who they are, so not worth mentioning. But yeah, I think there's been rumours for a long time that there's going to be a unit spin-off, and I think aside from bringing Torchwood back, that would probably be the best thing to go for if they are going to do it. So, what's your thoughts on that, Josh and Jack?
I'm here all day for it, but I reckon Kate is going to die in this episode. These specials.
Ah, really?
I think she's going to die, and the woman in the wheelchair is going to be her predecessor. That's just complete. Just got a hunch that that's going to happen.
Possible. What about Mel Rush? Do you not think she's involved in some sort of way?
Who's Mel Rush?
Bonnie Langford.
I don't know. I'm not interested. She doesn't count. She's an old companion.
I mean, she's coming back, and she's probably involved in unit. So, yeah. Anyway.
Less interested in that. Was she in the Jodie Whittaker episode? Is that one?
She was at the end with a meeting. The Alcoholics Anonymous meeting.
Yeah. I would just like to confirm as well. Gemma Redgrave is not in EastEnders, so whoever said that's a fucking twat.
That's you then.
Jack, what do you think of a units series? Bearing in mind you haven't met any of these characters that are currently in unit.
It'd be great. It'd be another thing to catch up on.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say an awful lot about this, but because I've got no idea. I mean, I know of Unit, but that's about it, really.
What do you think of a TV show that focuses on, like extraterrestrial threats and like dangers to Earth, but without the Doctor?
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, it's kind of like I suppose it would almost be like Andor. What Andor did for Star Wars.
Yeah,
where there's not necessarily any main characters in there, but it still provides, adds meat to the bone of the whole, just the whole story in general. Which
fleshes
I'm
out the
well
universe.
on board on doing. That's why I loved Andor. It just added that extra. Star Wars is, the Star Wars films just focus on the main characters, and that's what they do and everything like that. But Andor was like, this is what the actual people go through, which I really like. I like that. So, I suppose that it would be beneficial for Doctor Who, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And Bradley, the second leak?
Yeah, and then the second spin-off that is supposedly coming. I don't know if I believe this one as much, but it's apparently there's going to be a David Tennant and Catherine Tate series, a 6-part series called Partners in Time, which is obviously a spin-off of their series 4, episode 1 title. Josh will know. Which then apparently follows something called the Rift Doctor and Donna Noble's New Adventures. I've got no idea who the Rift Doctor is, what they're referring to there. Any ideas, Josh?
I can only presume that it means the one that was created from the hand.
Possible. Don't know how that would work.
Yeah, because how that was left.
I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, I'm sort of taking that one with a pinch of salt, to be fair. Is he not too busy for it? Is where I would go with that.
What else is David Tennant up to?
Well, he's in everything, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but
I don't know. That would be mad. But would that then distract from the current series of Doctor Who as well? Do you not think that's a risky move on Russell's part? Because you don't want a spin-off show getting more views than Doctor Who.
I'd expect it's going to be at different times anyway, though, so I don't think it'll matter too much. And it also, I think this will be there. I think we've discussed previously as well. If anyone else has been seeing on Instagram, the spy cam things they've been doing. There was a post-it note on a unit laptop saying Tuesday to Thursday, 9 a.m. or something. There's speculation that means the specials could be released at 9 a.m. on streaming. Maybe this new series is going to be their trial of that. Maybe this is where they'll just release it on Disney Plus and people can go and watch it to make it different to Doctor Who. That could be a good idea.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see if anything comes of it. I thought the actual leaked poster looked fake as shit as well, to be fair.
I think it does look a bit fake, but it also does look very BBC.
Yeah, yeah, true. That's a good point, to be fair. Yeah, I'd be excited for that. Jack, would you be excited to see David Tennant traveling with a companion that you haven't met yet?
Oh yeah, massively, mate. Yeah, I'm all
More
for
for you
it.
to catch up on.
Yeah, fucking more for me to catch up on. No, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm a bust on this one. I'm a lost call. I'm a lost cause just because.
Yeah, this is just a quick discussion. I feel like we need to have some current discussions going on just to keep it fresh.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
don't
In
get me
light
wrong.
of the new specials coming out next month.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
they're obviously
Well,
important stuff. So
yeah, well, thanks for listening. We are now signing off, and over to you for the weather.
Do 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 do.
That's the end of Who News. Right, I've got two questions before we jump in. First for Brad, then for JP. Brad, were you in any rush to put this episode on, or these episodes on?
From memory, I felt like these were probably, from what we've watched so far, one of the better two episodes of what we've seen so far in series 2. I'm not.
I think it's the only two-parter we've seen in series 2 so far. So your statement is factual.
No, but I mean, just I'd rather watch these two than probably go back and watch any of the others that we've looked at already. I think in series 2.
Oh, interesting.
I wouldn't say any others really jump out as being better, so I would probably be happy with these two.
I remember this episode as being quite good, but like literally, I've had so much time the past few days to put it on, and I just have been like, "Nah, I'll do it later. I'll do it later." And I've literally just
Why though?
What
was making you not want to watch it?
We will talk about it. We'll get there. But JP, the question for you is: do you wish they were more coy with the reveal of it being Cybermen?
in what way? The kind of like the next time thing.
The
like
next time, then they've named the first episode Rise of Cybermen. You know, the cold open is a Cyberman. Do you think they should have like left it a bit mysterious, let it be a parallel world story, and then boom, you're hit with the Cybermen? Or what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of went straight off the bat, straight away, in just kind of the Cybermen are here. There was no build up like when they revealed the Daleks. They, you know, kind of in the dark when the Daleks were revealed, it was all right. They showed it in the next time episode, but it was like slowly revealed. Whereas this episode was just straight away, Cybermen are here. This is them. Done. You know. But
the name of that episode was Dalek as well. So
yeah, this is true.
No,
Everyone
the season finale.
Okay, yeah, Battle for Part of the Ways. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
So they're kind of, you know, that's the way I see it. But I mean, I don't know. I think it kind of, I guess, shows the difference between the Daleks and the Cybermen. The Daleks work in the background, and then suddenly they're there. Whereas the Cybermen are like kind of an overwhelming force. They don't, you know, they don't think, just do, and they overwhelm, and they. So I think that was probably a better choice for the Cybermen. I'd have been a bit disappointed if they'd done that with the Daleks, but yeah, no, I think I like the way they did it.
Without ruining it though, wouldn't you say, and you know what's coming, wouldn't you say that it's following the exact same theme as series 1 here?
Good question, mate. Good question. I think you have spoiled it.
Finale.
Yeah, no, let's make it more clear. Yeah, that helps.
Well, no, it hasn't.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I do get what you're saying. No, I don't think so, though, because, again, knowing what comes, this does feel like a very closed off story, don't you think? Right? It feels like there's not, you know, it doesn't feel like this is going to spread any further. You're in a parallel universe. You can't get back to the parallel universe. This is just happening in that universe. It's a 1 in a million chance that you're there. So I don't know. I don't know if I do. I think it's I don't know, man. That's a good question, to be fair, because it sort of is, I guess. Don't know, mate. Don't know. Good question, though. Yeah, it is very familiar. And you have now just ruined the finale for JP.
We will haven't at all.
We're way off, and judging by his Easter eggs, he'll probably have forgotten or, you know, got the wrong idea by the end of it anyway.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, I've still got a kind of a, you know, I still think I've seen the Easter egg in this one, but the more I watch it with Brad, the more he goes through. He just randomly he went, "Oh, don't forget about the Easter egg," and there was nothing to do with angels there, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, but I literally I said that like 5 minutes into the episode. That wasn't me kind of suggesting that something had just happened relating to the Easter egg. That's just me literally reminding you to have a little look out for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm reaching. I feel like I'm reaching.
Okay, interested. But you're sticking with. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. JP, then, what did you think of the introduction to the Cybermen in that cold open? You've got Trigger there. He's in his wheelchair. Cyberman is there in great silhouette figure. He does his great line and how will you do that from beyond the grave, which is cheesy as hell. What did you think of that intro?
Well, I quite liked it. It reminded me of Frankenstein, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Kind of like it's you've got Dr. Frankenstein, and then you've got Frankenstein's monster, and well, of course, he doesn't pull the switch, but it was almost like I was expecting someone to pull this like a big lever and go, it's alive, but I
They
guess
do
again,
do that.
it's
They
that
do
kind
do
of
that.
oh, they do go, it's alive.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but in that aspect, it's like almost like a modern day Frankenstein's monster in the fact that he's trying to mess with nature, and he's trying to make himself a god, and he's trying to prolong the human life, not bring back people from the dead, but make people immortal. I said people in inverted commas because I wouldn't have said the Cybermen were people, but that's for later in the episode.
That's for later in the episode. No, I'm glad you brought that up, JP, because in a more recent episode, they do actually, they do their classic thing where they say that there's a Mary Shelley episode, and it is the Cybermen are the inspiration behind Frankenstein. So good pick up there, JP.
We'll get to that in about 10 years' time.
You'd have dropped off by then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I've got to say, as I said, it was to me, it was like a modern day Frankenstein's monster. That was the vibe I was getting from that.
Just less interesting.
And yeah, and I mean, straight away, I've got to say, I was pretty impressed with myself on this one because I picked up a lot of stuff very early on.
Go on.
So I thought they said they were AirPods, and they're actually earpods.
Yeah.
But I was like, wait, hold on a minute. Everyone's got AirPods in. I was like, what's this? Like, and of course, then it turns out the earpods are actually a way of kind of, controlling people and everything like that. The other thing that I called very early was Rose is a dog in that universe.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked, to be fair. He actually did
I
say
called that so early, like literally the point where she you got Jackie at the bottom of the stairs, and she calls up for Rose for the first time, and I was just like, Rose is a dog.
Could have been a baby, though. You said that it was obvious that they called her.
Well, it was obvious because
she has that very subtle tone about it, where she's clearly not calling like a 17-year-old daughter.
Yeah, it's literally just like it's how you call a dog. It was a whistle short of a complete dog call.
Do you think they should have done that reveal, like find it out at the same time that Rose and the Doctor does? Do you think that would have been funnier? Because the Doctor's reaction to it is hilarious, but we see it
not
before.
I don't think so, because I think part of the reason the Doctor gave in to Rose and Mickey going out into the parallel universe was because he had confirmation that Rose doesn't exist in that universe.
Ooh, how did he get that?
Because she Googles about her dad and
she gets the internet on her phone, and she says,
and then she said, and because they find her on the park bench and she's looking sad, and the Doctor's like, "You're right." She's like, "Oh, connected my phone to the internet," and
and that's how she also finds out Pete is involved with Loomis, and then he agrees to go and investigate.
Yeah, fair enough. God, this episode's boring though, isn't it?
I think I really liked it.
Really, nothing fucking happens in it.
I just remember being, from watching it as a kid, I remember it being very dramatic and like quite scary, and it still holds up. I think it's the Cybermen are quite a scary monster. I think they are pretty good.
I don't get that at all.
I really like them. They're kind of like big. They're cumbersome. It's like, I mean, the only thing that I didn't like about them was the first, like when they reveal, like when they crash the party and they kind of stand in a circle.
There we go. Crash the Wedding is our intro for this episode, by the way, JP. Thank you very much.
I can't keep getting busted every time. I know
yes, we fucking can. You watch.
Look, they're touring in the UK. We got to do it. But it's just, I said to Brad, I was like, why don't people just run through? Like, there's not they're not quick or anything like that. And then literally at the end, when everybody kind of gets their minds back and they're fleeing the factory.
Oh, you
they
talking about
literally
the one that looks like it's falling over the rails at the
Yeah,
end?
yeah. They literally just push him out of the way. I'm like, why didn't you do that before? You could have just, But I don't know. That was the only thing I didn't like about them. But they were more mobile than Daleks. I feel they're more intimidating than Daleks as well.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it's just,
I
no,
wouldn't
I
agree with
really, I know. I think they are. The huge, like kind of the 7 foot like silver monster kind of thing. That I just think they're a bit more intimidating. The fact that they've actually got human parts in them, and I know I'm skipping massively ahead to the second episode of this, but the fact that they've actually got human parts in them as well, like that bit where he kind of mercy kills the Dalek on the floor. That's mad. It's like a true horror thing, which I really like.
Yeah, true. Go on then. Who wins in a fight, Dalek or a Cyberman?
Well, it's got to be the Dalek because the Dalek can go long range.
Oh yeah, they didn't have guns in this episode, did they, Brad?
Yeah, I was also going to mention that when you said about them running through them, I thought there wouldn't be. I remember them always having the guns, but clearly in this episode they don't.
Well,
because if they do run past, they just shoot. But
so they get guns in the future.
They get guns in the future. What do you think of just the design? Because they've obviously been redone since the classic era. They've been redone since as well. They're dubbed like the Cybermen. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that Cybermen existed. I don't think of the only thing that I saw, which was mentioned in the episode, is they see when they go through the guy's collection. There's a head of a Cyberman there, isn't there?
Yes, yeah. Back in the series 1.
So, but I've never actually seen an episode with the old Cybermen, so I don't really have a comparison. But as I said, I like them. They're tall. They're kind of. It's just the way they walk as well. It's a heavy thud. It's an they're very intimidating. That's the thing I like about them. It's quite a scary monster in the sense that they're big. They're there. They overwhelm everything.
Yeah, fair enough. Brad, what do you think compared to like the Stephen Moffat redesign?
I've always felt like this is the best designed Cyberman, but I think that's probably just because it's the one that I've grown up with. It was the first one that I ever saw. So I've probably got that nostalgia feel to it. So it'd be good to hear what you think, but I know exactly what you're going to say because you absolutely love Peter Capaldi.
No.
It's going to be worse. I was going to say nothing can be worse than the Chibnall design. Like, they were dreadful.
Oh, mate, I like the Chibnall designed ones, to be fair.
Really? Oh.
Like, they were passable. For sure. What do you mean? No, I do know which ones you're talking about. No. I agree with you completely. No. I do. I think they're the second best. Then when they do Peter Capaldi's old-fashioned one, that's the best looking one.
Actually, I forgot about that one. They are actually really good.
There you go.
Not as good as the Lumic ones, I don't think. I like the Lumic ones.
Now, and watching this back, this feels like they've got a very 2000s design to them. If you look at their leg, it's like but it's like they've got a bootcut jean on. Like, it's so funny. It's unbelievable.
Perfect. Perfect for that era, really.
Yeah, I guess so.
What sort of? I don't know. I think it is mentioned at some point, but how far in the future do you reckon the parallel world actually is?
No, they say it's the same year, don't they? They say it's the same time because Mickey gets out, reads the newspaper, and he's like, it's the same date, 1st of February, and then I don't think he mentions the year, but he says it's the same date. So yeah, I think it's the same.
I thought, okay, that does make more sense. But I thought there was a point where they mentioned that the year was like point something, which made me think it was some weird future time zone or something, but maybe not.
No, I think that's just to show the difference in the worlds that they number their years differently. I don't know actually, but he definitely picks up the newspaper and he says it's the same date for sure at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. He says it's like the 1st of February or something.
Yeah. Jackie's birthday. So Jack, actually, speaking of Jackie, did you expect Pete's return?
No, completely blindsided by it. Didn't expect Pete's return.
Pretty good, right? What did you think?
Yeah, no, look, in terms of a surprise, that was a huge surprise. It was just like, oh, it's Pete. And the thing that really made me laugh as well is Pete's now bald.
Oh yeah, I didn't even pick up on that
because that was his one fear. When Father's Day, he's like, oh no, am I bald?
Yeah,
and then he just said that's his one fear has actually come true. He's now bald in the future. Yeah, which I really like. And yeah, no, and I think what I like about it as well is they kept that connection that Rose and him made in Father's Day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you think about it, it was pretty much exactly the same story, but in the future. And it was like, oh, Rose can't specifically tell him that she's his daughter. I know from another, kind of a parallel universe, but they had that. He was like, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Like, well, who are you if I met you before? Which I really like, and he stays true to his character. You could see that he's the same person in Father's Day that he is then. He's always thinking about, he I don't know, he wanted to rush back to the party to save Jackie.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's the
Even though
first
they're
to volunteer.
separated. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the first to volunteer to go into the Cybermen factory to rescue
No,
her.
I like that. But that parallel that you drew with Father's Day, I think that's why I find this episode so boring. Like this episode in particular, it is just Father's Day. It's the same thing, basically, with the relation with the father. What really put the cherry on it for me, though, is the opening scene is, John Lumick kills that guy because he's like, oh, we won't get approval from Geneva, blah, blah, blah. And then 26 minutes into the episode, they have basically the same conversation with the president. And that's really when the plot starts. I'm like, what have we done for this past half an hour? Like, I really struggled with this episode,
I don't
Quite surprised
know.
at that.
I really liked it. No, I really liked it.
I would say, other
It's a
than
two-parter, so it's not going to be rushed like other episodes are sometimes. It's
yeah,
spread
but
out. It's good pace. I think it's interesting.
this was my issue with the two parters in season one, is it doesn't feel like there's enough to fill two episodes. This could have been a tight as fuck one episode, and it would have been one of the best episodes. There's just not enough to do. I don't want to watch the doctor and this woman that's about to die walking through a sewer. I don't care about that. The only bit I cared about throughout these entire two episodes were Mickey's character development.
Yeah, but don't you think those scenes of like him walking and talking to Mrs. Moore, whatever her real name was, that builds the character. Even though she's a one-part character, it builds the character so much. And if you compare that now to, I know obviously Jack's not seen it, but the Chibnall era, the biggest issue with that was that there was never any character development, even with like short-term characters. And that's what Russell T Davies was just brilliant at. He'd make a really good background story just for part-time characters. I think it's worth it.
But okay, I get that, but it's done literally 10 minutes before she dies.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, we're really skipping to the end here, but then it's like at the end she's died, and he's going to Jake like, go and tell her family why she really died and give her something to remember her by.
But who cares?
It's just a good wrap up to the story.
What was her real
It's just
name?
heartless, to be honest. Uh, Angelina something.
Right, you can't remember. And how long ago did you watch the episode?
An hour ago.
There you go. That's how unimportant and a waste of time that was.
Yeah, but I still think she was a good character and deserved a good storyline, a good background.
Yeah, I'm glad they killed her off so quick, to be honest.
Yeah, and she's just gone out. Like, her death doesn't even serve the story. She's just gone.
No, but you
Anyway.
can tell the doctor really appreciates her as well. Like he's actually quite interested in her life and like what she does. And then he's quite gutted. He's like, oh, you didn't have to kill her. Like she was important.
Actually, that was a bit of a weird thing because, that was almost like an inconvenience thing. Like, like, when you say to someone, like, you're like, oh, you didn't have to make me a teammate. It was almost like that. And I'm like, you've literally just watched this woman die. And he's like, oh, you didn't have to kill her.
Well, like, oh, you didn't have to kill her. Oh, well, let's move on.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I was a bit
But
like,
that's
oh,
what
okay,
I
fair
mean.
enough.
It's just nothing. It's just an inconvenience. But okay, so other characters in it then. Jake, who is this? I recognize this face from somewhere, and it can't just be Doctor
I agree. I agree.
Every 90s poster ever. Whether that be like kind of,
could be busted,
about
to be
warning
fair.
about smoking, drugs, drinking, teen pregnancy, kind of walking home alone. Yeah, every 90s. It's the spiky hair.
I looked him up. He's got no other real acting credits, nothing that I would know him from. But he's like, I know that face from somewhere, and I don't know why. And it can't just be these two episodes, surely.
You sure he's not in anything else? I'm gonna have a look. Quick Google.
He's
now.
not in anything else. He's in like Biker Grove, which I think was before our time, and
Yeah,
Casualty. You might know him from Casualty. To be fair, I think you're probably into.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. That is what it is.
There
He
you
was
go.
an ambulance guy in Casualty.
It's an ambulance. An ambulance crewman and casualty.
But I was wondering, he's not like a kids TV presenter. He didn't do CBBS or something like that.
Oh no, do you not remember him from UK Top 40?
No.
No, I don't remember UK
No.
Top 40. If I'm being honest with you, mate.
No.
Really?
I mean, look, fair enough. You used to watch it, but
No, that was a children's TV show.
I thought it was a radio show.
No, it was there was a kids version on CBBC that was like basically the same thing, I think.
But what, it would
Sure,
only
yeah,
do
yeah.
nursery rhymes.
They really put you in front of
Okay.
anything to keep you occupied as a kid, didn't they?
I just
How
love a
can
bit
you
of
have a
CBBC,
kids
mate.
version of the Top 40? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Right, back me up here, boys. What was the best CBBC program?
Oh, 50-50.
Okay, bold choice, JP.
I don't know actually. Hold on, I've got to have a look because I can't remember the CITV.
Jack didn't watch it. I reckon Jack was too posh for CBBC.
Yeah, he was a Disney Channel guy, I reckon.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
Disney
no,
Channel
no.
from
To
a
be
young
honest,
age.
Cartoon Network was where it was at.
True. But MI
Yeah,
High
that was when I
was
was a bit
the
older, to be fair.
best fucking show on CBBC.
No, hold on.
MI High was class, to be fair.
Like, I
Did you
kind of
start
half
that?
want to go back and rewatch them, to be fair.
I think I did at one point.
Fucking hell.
I've just got to Google because I don't think what I was going to say is on there.
What were you going to
Oh,
say?
we haven't even mentioned Tracy Beaker.
I never really got on board with Tracy Beaker.
No, I never got on board with
So I love
Tracy
a bit of
Beaker.
Tracy Beaker.
Well, I'm looking through. There's nothing I really kind of thought was good.
Was Raven on that? Was Raven on that?
Oh, that was ITV, I think, wasn't it?
That was like that's
Was
what I'm
it?
thinking. CITV. There's a lot
Yeah,
of stuff. I'm thinking.
CITV.
Oh, I'm
So
mixing
I've
it
got
up
to say
now, then.
Teletubbies because Teletubbies was on
What?
CBBC.
Teletubbies?
There's nothing else there. Shaun the Sheep.
Teletubbies
maybe?
was a fucking sick show, to be fair.
But just to confirm, we've asked the best program on the whole of CBBC, and you've replied with Teletubbies.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's
CITV
probably a
was where it was
classic.
at.
Yeah. Chucklevision, that was a classic.
Yeah,
Was
Chucklevision.
that CBBC?
Was great.
Yeah, Chucklevision's come up on
Yeah,
CBBC.
that was.
What? Oh, Prank Patrol was CBBC.
Oh,
Was it?
that was good. God, now we need to use the Prank Patrol theme tune for this.
What was the one with like the blue bear behaving badly, something like that? Did you ever watch that?
That was No, that was dreadful. Yeah, Basil Brush. That was CBBC, wasn't it?
Yeah, Basil Brush was all right. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
what was?
I
I don't think this was CBBC. Does anyone remember Even Stevens, the guy from Transformers?
Oh, I've heard of it.
No, I don't.
Do you know that was a good program?
Oh,
The
Clifford
Slammer
was
was a
great.
quality program. Did you watch that?
Oh no, that was weird.
No,
That was
it's,
weird.
it's like X Factor in jail. And what was the one where it was like in a tower and like you had to complete tasks and then drop down a that was fucking quality. That was.
Was it
Yeah,
CBBC?
the
I thought
woman
it
was
was
weirding me
CITV.
out though. I didn't like her.
By the way, just to
Oh.
clarify, the best CBBC program would have been the Sarah Jane Adventures. We're contractually obliged to say that.
Yeah, I agree with that, to be fair.
I don't have a fucking clue where we were up to be fair. How did we start talking
We've
about
kind of dived all around,
CBBC?
all over the place.
Yeah, I've got no idea how we started talking about it. Oh no,
The guy,
because
Jake. We were talking about
yeah.
Jake.
Yeah, Jake. What did you guys think of his character?
I think we already talked about that.
Did we?
Yeah, I
I
think
thought
we
we just
tried
said we recognise his face.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
trying to
is that
recognise
it?
him from somewhere. But I don't know. I mean, like he's I don't know. He's very. They don't really explain
I thought he was a bit
why
of a
he's
prick
very.
at the start, to be fair.
Yeah, I was about to say he's very mistrusting, and it's like straight away he's just like I don't know. It's very weird. He goes from like very mistrusting to suddenly just puts all his trust and faith in Mickey. It's like, but why?
That's only because Ricky dies.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but nobody sees that Mickey dies though. So it's like it's only Mickey's. What Mickey could have offed Ricky, and
Are you saying Mickey killed Ricky
that
to
could be a great
infiltrate
plot
his
twist.
life?
Yeah, imagine if like that's not Mickey's actually dead and it's Ricky living Mickey's life the whole time.
Oh, mate, that would be quite sick, to be fair.
Yeah, they should have done that.
Yeah.
I thought, for the most part, I thought all of it, to be fair, all those scenes where it's this like two Mickeys in one camera shot looked fucking brilliant, to be honest. There wasn't one point I
Yeah, I'd
thought
love to know how
that
they
looks
did
fake.
that. Because I'm back in the day, like I don't think that was really done. You remember when they film started to do stuff like this, and it was like quite a difficult thing to do. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, so it's mostly stationary camera angles, camera movements, like literally just still. So you just film it one, film it with the other, and then you splice it on top of each other. Like it's fairly easy to do, but I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
The only thing is Ricky just had an angry face the entire time. That was how I managed to differentiate the two, and that's why I got really confused because when Ricky dies, I was like, "Wait, did they just kill off Mickey?" And Brad's like, "No, it was Ricky." And I was like, "Yeah, but now
You were
Mickey's
like,
got
no,
an
he's
angry
angry.
face.
It's Ricky.
He's angry. He's got the angry face. Like it's like Mr. Potato Head. He's like, get my angry eyes out. Like I was like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
And then I explained. Obviously, Mickey is angry because Ricky's died, so it's angry Mickey being Ricky.
Yeah,
This is mental. I know he's a bad bloke, but Noel Clarke's a bloody good actor in this. He, like I said it earlier.
Is he a bad bloke?
I think he either fiddles with kids or he sexually harasses women. It's one of the two, allegedly.
hold on, let's have a look what the Daily Mail
Okay.
says.
We won't comment on
Oh
it.
yeah, no, you are. Yeah. So this was the 10th of September 23. Noel Clarke makes his first public appearance at charity gala 2 years after his career imploded, when more than 20 women accused him of sex offences.
There we go.
Oh, but isn't this the same thing about John Barrowman though?
No, so the John Barrowman thing came up because Noel Clarke threw him under the bus to get the press off of Noel Clarke.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how all this stuff about John Barrowman came out. I think there's literally an interview and he says, yeah, but we were all doing shit back then. Like John Barrowman was dropping his trousers and flashing us, but no one's investigating him. And then that opened up. That's how John Barrowman got cancelled, I think.
Well, one thing to take from all of this is that we just know that David Tennant's a really good guy.
For now.
Because he's not been cancelled and he's back as the Doctor.
All I'm going to say about David Tennant is he, other than the Doctor, he only plays villainous roles of creeps and murderers and
because he's such a good actor.
I mean, no, that's bullshit.
Go on.
Have you watched that? What's that drama that he's in? The like a serial killer or something. He's really good in that. Well, think of that Netflix show. What's that Netflix show? He's good in that as well.
I don't know. But he's always the bad guy.
We talked about it. The one in America.
Oh, no, Inside Man. Yeah, Inside Man.
That's it. Yeah, recommendation. Viewers, go and watch that. He's brilliant.
Yeah, Stephen Moffat, David Tennant, banging.
I'm just saying as well. He's in Ahsoka, and he plays a good guy in Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, fair.
Oh, actually, and someone we realised the other day, he's on Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh yeah, we were sitting there playing Call of Duty Zombies the other day. Fucking David Tennant was one of the characters.
Jack's character started talking. I was like, "That's David Tennant."
No way.
Yeah.
That man will do anything.
He will. Anything for a quick buck.
Anything for it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so let's talk about Mickey, though, because I know, Jack, in Series 1, you had a bit of an affinity for Mickey. Sad to see him go?
I don't mind him. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. It was... I don't understand why he did it to me. Well, he's Nan, I guess. I don't know. It was a weird one. I was trying to put myself in that situation of what I would do in that situation. I'm not sure I would have stayed.
What?
Well, let's be real. I know we've not seen a lot of Mickey's life outside of the Doctor and Rose, but obviously he's still out and about and doing stuff. He's still got mates and, like...
Yeah, but he's living a boring life, isn't he? This is a good way to end his story, to say that he doesn't need Rose anymore. He doesn't need the Doctor. He can do it all on his own. He can save the world. Him and Jake.
He can go and find Trish Delaney of the parallel world.
Yeah,
exactly.
But no, I think...
Go on. I was going to say, she actually works in a Chinese takeaway instead of a fish and chip shop.
I think from what we see of Mickey, like every time we see him, he always mentions that he's just waiting around for Rose. He's just waiting around for Rose. We find out in this episode that he's an orphan. He was raised by his nan, then his nan died. So he's got no family. He's not really seeing anybody. He was accused of murder at one point. That probably hangs on a man's conscience. I think it makes perfect sense for him to stick around, to be fair.
Yeah, I forgot he was accused of murder. Yeah, no, I forgot he was accused of murder. That's probably going to be a big thing in it.
Yeah. I wonder if he went into a parallel world now, would he stay there if he wasn't accused of sexual harassment?
I mean, yeah, for sure, 100%.
Let's ask him. Someone tweet him.
Use the Doctor Who pod account, JP.
Yeah.
Question of the day.
Is it true? If you was Mickey or Ricky, would you... which universe would you be in right now?
Right, I have a question.
Who would you prefer to be, Mickey or Ricky?
Does Christopher Eccleston's Doctor call him Ricky?
Yes.
Could there be a theory that Christopher Eccleston's Doctor is from that parallel universe? If that's not a fan theory, it needs to be.
Yes, because Christopher Eccleston's Doctor is convinced that his name is Ricky.
Yeah,
and that's
got to be something.
That's why I got really confused, because when he first sees his nan, she calls him Ricky, and I'm like, wait a minute, like
Hashtag Mickey's nan is
Yeah.
the doctor.
is the doctor? Yeah, I'm like, hold on a minute, what's
That's
this?
David Tennant recap.
And then of course, they
Second
explain that it's his name's actually Ricky in that universe and everything like that. But yeah,
I thought his character art was really good. Even growing from being like this, even in this episode, he's dumb. He's holding that thing. He doesn't know what's going on. I think he really just in this story alone. I think he grows tenfold. I think it's a really nice send off to his character. I think it's really
It
well
happens
earned.
again, doesn't it? When they're planning to go into the Battersea power station, and like David Tennant, the doctor's giving jobs for everyone to do, and leaves Mickey out again. He's like, "Oh, I'm the tin dog again."
Yeah,
He's
and then
like,
he
"No,
goes,
I'm gonna
"No,
do
I'm
something this time."
exactly." Yeah, I think he says something like, "Don't," like he shouts like, "I'm not an idiot" or something. I'm like, that's good character growth. He wouldn't have done that at the start of the episode.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, Jack, I'm surprised you were. I'm surprised you're not more animated about this. You were his biggest fan in season 1. Is it because you found out he's a rapist?
Yeah, that kind of does take the shine of it. Just the smallest part, when someone's accused of, heinous crimes and everything. I don't know. It's just, it's just look. I don't know. I don't know. I think he should have stayed in his universe. But look, yeah, he made the choice and that's it. But I don't like. I get why Rose was really upset why he left.
No, that annoys me. I don't like Rose for that.
I agree with you, Brad.
No, but
You
that's
run
it.
off. You run off with the Doctor 2 seasons. You've not cared about him the whole time, and then now that he's changed his mind and wants to leave, you cry.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's
on
like
that.
Forrest Gump all over again, really, isn't it?
Not a fan.
Yeah, she'll get AIDS and she'll come back one day.
When he's really rich,
When he's really rich, she'll be like, "I've got AIDS. Look after my baby."
Yeah, and then that's it. Honestly, I'd never got Forrest Gump. It's a great film, but I don't understand why everyone's like, "Oh, it's such a sweet film." It's a film about a gold digger.
Yeah,
film about a gold digger. That's it.
Right, lads. Topic of the series. He pulls his glasses out twice in this story.
Yes, I pointed that out. Yeah. Now you've mentioned it. Yeah, one to look at the phone, and what was the second one?
To look at the computer when he's in Jackie's, when he's in the house, to look at the security system. When he finds out that they're
Doesn't he then leave them on though for quite a long time?
No, I don't think so. But I cannot work it out. So he pulls it out to look at the phone, reading glasses, and it's
a show. I'm telling you.
But yeah, so I get that with the phone because that's in the crowd and he pulls it out. But then he's on his own when he looks at the computer and he still pulls out his glasses.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry,
maybe his optician has just told him he needs glasses for screens.
Just for screen.
Just for the screen.
I mean, going back to what else does he use it for on other episodes? I can't remember now.
You'll have to listen back to the podcast. But I think we're weighing up whether they're reading glasses or whether they're show glasses. And I think this episode, this story confirms that they are reading glasses. But we will keep tabs on it for you listeners because we know you're eager to find out.
I mean, I think you're the only person that is eager to find out what it is.
Well, I'm just curious.
I'll be honest. This has been brought up in every episode now, and now even I'm curious. I want to know.
Exactly.
I feel like I want to ask David Tennant his opinion of this, or Russell T Davies.
Someone tweet
what's the point of these glasses?
What is the point of these glasses? He's supposed what do you mean? He's got 2 hearts. Are you telling me he's got bad eyesight?
Well, he can't have everything, can you?
Why didn't Christopher Eccleston need glasses?
Maybe
different eyes.
There's 2 options there. Pick your one.
What if plot twist? What if plot twist is actually just David Tennant that needs glasses? It's nothing to do with the actual show.
Oh, is that true? I'm gonna have to watch some interviews with him now.
Yeah.
You think they're just
his glasses? Never seen him wearing glasses though.
He just pulls them out. I don't know. I think now you've said it, I can see him wearing glasses, like with his beard and his combed over hair. I can see him wearing glasses.
No, I don't think he does.
Anyway, we've spent way too long on the glasses thing. Oh no, we're going to stick on it for a bit. We'll all sit in silence until Bradley Googles it.
No, you two keep talking.
Play some elevator music. No, play some elevator music in the editing. I like some, we'll be right back, folks.
The answer's right there. David Tennant has a -5 prescription for glasses. He claims he can't see a thing without my glasses. That's from the Radio Times.
Interesting. Moving on. So predictions in this story. They predicted the whole AirPods thing. Brilliant. Genius. Love that. Very true to reality. Now you can't really walk down the street without seeing everybody wearing an AirPod or an earphone. So that's quite cool. And also, what's that KSI energy drink thing?
Oh, Prime.
Prime, yeah. Pete sells Prime. That's quite
pretty
fun
much,
to say.
yeah. Yeah. They had a couple of Zoom calls on there as well. That was a scary prediction of the future, the video calls. He's like, I'll bring up a video call. What else? What else is there? There was something else. Oh, no, that was it. I literally put just Elon Musk must have seen this and got inspiration because he's trying to go with the he's trying to do that neurological link thing at the moment, like the brain implant.
Oh, I can do another Elon Musk TikTok from this. It's our best one so far.
Oh, you could put a video of the Cybermen and be like iPhone 54 or something like that.
Yeah,
The ultimate upgrade.
Yeah, we're not really talking about it. I'll be honest, I don't have much notes on this episode. On this story.
I got loads of notes. Here's a really oh mate, here is a really creepy thing this morning, right? So I woke up. I was in a weird mood this morning. I'm cooking breakfast. I'm singing, in the jungle. I'm sitting there just like, kind of as you do, just shouting it at the top of my lungs while I'm making my breakfast. And then suddenly the guy, we sat down watching the episode, and the guy's like, just like, oh yeah, put on this
track 9 or whatever.
And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, there was something creepy there. I didn't like that. What else? I was just saying there was something else as well that I noticed. You can tell the BBC budget is very tight.
Okay, go on.
Because they wanted Michael Caine, but they couldn't quite afford Michael Caine.
I have the same note. Discount Michael Caine.
They got the guy from in between it.
And they wanted Judi Dench, but they couldn't quite afford Judi Dench. So they were just
they got a woman from Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
Who's the guy in Betweeners?
Yeah, he's the guy in Betweeners. He
Dad's, isn't he, at the party when he goes out? Yeah,
for the barbecue. The guy's name's Roy. No.
It's when he goes out with the care home girl.
Where he goes to the care home girl, but he's in his mum's garden for the barbecue, and he's just like he's just like, shouldn't you be revising? And he's like, oh, one day off, why not? And he said, oh yeah, my nephew did that. By the time he came back from Christmas, he hanged himself. It's like, cheers, Roy.
I don't remember that at all, to be fair.
Oh, it's the episode where they go.
We've watched In Between Us recently.
We have watched it too much.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Honestly, we had a poker night on Saturday, and In Between Us was on in the background.
No, what do you think of John Lumick then?
Well, Trigger's obviously seen better days.
He's not in good health. But what do you think about like his motivations? He's trying to forward the human race because he's dying.
Why wouldn't you just do it to yourself? Why do you need to do it to the rest of the human race?
That's my exact point. But even at the point where like he's dying, he's like, no, don't do it to me until I'm basically dead. Like, come on, mate, This is your creation.
He clearly knows it's a bad idea. Exactly. And the fact that his first trials are homeless people who, yeah, fair enough, they're homeless and struggling, but they're not dying.
No, exactly.
No, but he needs test volunteers to build up his army, doesn't he?
Well, then go to a hospital with people who are dying then.
Yeah, but then people will ask questions.
Well, no, because then you just tell them that you've got a new drug that's curing whatever they've got and
that conveniently turns him into a massive robot that just is a massive robot. Oh, brilliant. My grand's cured, Actually just stomps in 7 foot, crashes through the door and just goes, delete. And you're like, oh, no, you've been. Glad to see you looking better.
Jack, you may be predicting some future episodes here.
Oh, Christ.
I'm not even joking as well.
They're not going to be singing In the Jungle, are they?
Yeah, I think it's very bizarre that he then doesn't want to be changed until the last minute as well.
Quick warning. Just a quick warning. My AirPods have died, so the voice thing might change, but we'll see how it goes.
We apologise at home for any shit quality from Brad's end and his iPhone.
I was wearing the John Lumick AirPods, which have now died.
I don't want to
run out of battery.
I don't want to speak too soon, but it's actually an improvement when you're listening to it through headphones. Like, you sound better now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you sound all right, actually.
We'll stick with this then.
Then you just get a hiss of static, and you just you hear Brad every 3 words.
What do you think about? It's not really touched on this episode, but they sort of do it in the future. Is the idea of the Cybermen is inevitable? This is the way that the human race is always going to go. What are your sort of opinions on that?
Well, I mean, It's almost like the film. You ever seen that film with Scarlett Johansson, Lucy?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that. So if we used 100% of our brain, we'd just be a computer.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. She just turns into a computer.
The thing I struggle with these episodes, is we know the
dead
Cybermen
boring.
are historic villains. I don't actually particularly know the origins of the Cybermen, but how do they just appear in this parallel world? Like someone must have planted that idea in John Lumick's head, surely.
No, so apparently in the original series, there's a planet that is the twin to Earth, and it's the Cybermen are built out of necessity to survive again. So it's like the planet. I think it becomes like desolate or something like that, and the only way to survive, the only way to carry on the human race, is to put them in these metal suits and to proceed that way. And it's a similar thing is here. It's like John Lumick is dying, and he's right. This would create immortality, and there's the whole ethical question as to whether, is it still life if you're just a machine? What happens if you're not moving forward? You're just stagnant. Is that life? But yeah, then they touch on it in like way in future episodes, like the Peter Capaldi era. It's like this will, wherever there is humanity, there is going to be this upgrade, because it's human instinct to want to survive, to try and find the next thing that kisses life. Like, back in, I don't know, 50, 60 years ago, you had the iron lung, which would keep you breathing whilst you couldn't, like it doesn't like, okay, the idea of like a robot suit and you're just a brain sounds far-fetched, but the idea that we almost become more machine to keep us alive, it's not that far off. We have heart stints put in, we have all these not biological, all these like mechanical arms for amputees and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, man.
Do you think about that? There's that other Russell T Davies program, isn't there? What's it called? Years and Years, I think it is, where she effectively uploads herself, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that for ages, to be fair.
That's a great series. Another recommendation. Full of them.
You're right. That was another. But yeah, I mean, do you think we're going to go that far, or do you think humanity will step in at some point and because we're always looking at ways to prolong life and stuff. Like,
well, let's be honest. We've probably we've not got long left with global warming anyway, have we?
There's a cheery thought. I'll have I'm enjoying my fucking 20-degree weather in October. It's the first time I've ever had a barbecue on my birthday.
Unreal, actually, to be fair.
But this is the thing. Do you think what instinct in us do you think is more prevalent? Do you think the instinct to survive or the instinct to retain our humanity? So let's say global warming does come. Will we adapt into these metallic suits to survive, or will our human instinct know we want to keep on living naturally? Will we die off that way? What do you think? Obviously it's a way far-fetched science question, but what do you guys think
Surely survival has to come, because survival's survival. If you don't survive, what else is there? Why would you choose something else?
There you go. So the Cyberman is inevitable then, right?
Yeah. But I agree that the way that humanity is, it won't be a survival thing. It will be a kind of it'll be like a militaristic thing. It'll be used for military purposes. I mean, let's be real. Everything that the human race has designed at some point has ended up as a weapon.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to think of an example now.
What, packet of crisps?
No. But like Oppenheimer, for example. Nuclear energy could have been used to, completely change the world in terms of power and everything like that. And we used it to build a bomb. Combustion turned into tanks. It turned into guns. It turned into bullets. It's all about who has the biggest stick. So let's be real. All right, if it was to happen with Cybermen, they'd go, right, we're going to use this to, transform people's lives, get people moving again, everything like that. But at the same time, that they'll have a military branch of it going, how do we make a super soldier?
Yeah. How can we get them all to conform?
In comes Captain America.
Captain America with just no human emotion whatsoever.
No, it'll be Mickey / Ricky and Jake. They'll just come barging through the doors. Like, we saw it coming from a mile away. So go on, JP. What other notes have you got?
Yeah, I'd say what we haven't talked about, the fact that the TARDIS blew up, which put them in this position.
Yeah, I've got a note that says, how dramatic is the Doctor? Like, instantly, before he even looks, he's like, it's dead. It's dead and we're doomed. Don't go outside. We're in a void of nothingness. Come on, Doctor. Just jump into conclusions, innit?
Yeah, but he knows his TARDIS, doesn't he? He knows what's happening.
Yeah, but he doesn't because Mickey goes outside. And...
yeah, but Mickey's an idiot.
Well, he's not. He saved the day, technically. How long would they have been stuck in that TARDIS crying over each other for if Mickey hadn't gone out and opened the door?
Well, they would have eventually gone out. They wouldn't have just sat in there the whole time, would they?
I don't know. I reckon the Doctor would just be sitting there crying for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, no, also remember that the Doctor has like a love for his TARDIS, so he's lost the love of his life, basically.
Yeah, but it was fine.
In the end, yeah.
He's a drama queen, is what I'm trying to say.
He is a little bit of a drama queen, yeah. I think that's what kind of makes him, though.
I think he's just an emotional person.
I do love the line where he kicks it, and Mickey's like, "Did that help? Yes. Did it hurt? Yes."
Yeah. But everyone's done it, though, haven't they? They've lashed out in anger, and you're just like, "Why'd I do that? I've just injured myself. I've not solved anything. That's it."
Yeah, for sure. I rewatched Revenge of the Sith the other day, and it's like that bit where Obi-Wan Kenobi kicks General Grievous, and he's like, "That was a terrible idea. Fuck, why did I just kick a
robot?" And he's just like, "Ah."
So yeah. Very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. Like, calm down, Doctor. Calm down. Think about it logically. It's fine. It's fine. What do you think about the parallel world being like off? Like, you can't access it. Like, so again, Doctor Who predicted the multiverse, basically. What do you think about JP? Like, how do you think they could explore this moving forward if they do? Like this is like, how many parallel worlds are there? There's a question that's still going around today. Does that parallel world have a Doctor?
That's a good question, actually. I'm going to say no.
Based on what?
Well,
surely there's one Doctor.
Yeah, there's one Doctor. Look, if you was to look at the timeline and with, like, parallel universes and everything. Say, for example, there's 5 parallel universes. They'll all be on the same line. But it's been proven that the Doctor can travel between them. All right, he did it accidentally, but there is a way to navigate the parallel, kind of like the parallel universes.
No, I think there's not, though. I think that's the point, is that this is like, this should not have happened. And it like, spoiler alert, it doesn't happen again. Like, he doesn't travel between parallel universes. And he makes a point, like, the TARDIS doesn't even function here. The only way they fix it is because they have that little bit of energy from their universe.
Yeah, no, that's it. And then, the thing is, I mean, it's the same. What was I watching the other day? They were saying I was watching the other day, and it's like, oh, magic is just unexplained science. There at some point that could be something they develop in the future. The Doctor works out how to successfully navigate between parallel universes. When Noel Clark's kind of stuff all gets cleared up and everything like that, they'll bring him back. They'll be like, oh yeah, there'll be an episode where they just travel back to there, and it's just Mickey's just like the only survivor. He's like, the Cybermen have taken over.
I think Brad. Do you think there's another Doctor in this universe?
No, I think it's just the one. The one Doctor covers all the parallel worlds and everything. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I agree. There can't be more than. I think, and probably other fans will probably think this as well, that there's a lot of things you don't see, obviously, on the program. So, like, all the different Doctors are probably going around doing different things in different places at different times.
Yeah.
So it's possible they're all just covering everything. Yeah,
this is true. So Jack, you've probably heard it from your podcast that you listen to, but what about with, like, the whole timeless child thing? And like, that ends, Brad, with, like, the division, and it's the two universes colliding. And then that was the theory that the Ruth Doctor, is it the Ruth Doctor is the Doctor from that other universe?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth even mentioning that. It's all going to be retconned anyway.
Fair enough. Just shut that down.
It was shocking. It was great. I don't even want to talk about it.
I liked the Ruth Doctor, to be fair. I liked her.
What is the Ruth Doctor?
Just Google it.
Jodie, to be fair. So.
Just imagine Whoopi Goldberg as the Doctor.
Oh my god.
She wanted to be. She did want to be.
I would have rated that, to be fair. I'd have given that a go. Oh, actually, would I? Do you reckon we could have a non-Brit as the Doctor?
No, it's got to be British.
Got to be British.
It's just the accent, isn't it? It's the I mean, I suppose they could have an actor or actress that isn't British putting on a British accent, but it's just I don't know. It's got to be a British accent.
I think it's got to be a British actor. To be fair, it'd be like casting an American as Bond.
Oh, that's sacrilege.
By the way, every single James Bond is on Amazon Prime at the minute.
Is it?
Oh, mate,
really?
we're doing a watch through. Well, going to start a watch through this weekend and fucking gassed for it.
I haven't watched the old ones for quite a while, like the old Daniel Craig ones. Casino Royale's a great one.
Casino Royale's
so you
the
just
best
said,
one.
Hold on, sorry, you just went. I've not seen the old Bond films in ages.
No, old
Casino
Craig,
Royale, you know.
I don't think
I've
ever seen like the old Roger Moore ones, and not properly. So yeah, I'm gassed. We're going to do them all in order, so I'm quite excited for that. To be fair,
what right to the first one?
Right from the very first one, yeah. But let's jump to arguably the only good thing about this episode, the finale. I think this is one of the best finales of any episode. I think it's brilliant when the Doctor's in the cyber controllers bit. Mickey's looking through the screen, and the Doctor's like, even an idiot could work this out, and his ears prick up. And then he starts. I think that is classic Doctor Who. That is like, even though we're in this action-packed in air quotes, it's quite boring actually, but it turns into an action-packed finale. But that little bit of intelligence where it's like, work out the code, send it, text it, bang, put it in. That's top quality Doctor Who in that is.
I do agree. I think it's very good and very action-packed. Although it does kind of frustrate me that I don't know how old that phone is, and it manages to fit into the exact slot to do it. How does that happen? It's a bit convenient, but that's Doctor Who. Sometimes stuff like that happens.
Yeah, what I didn't understand actually, there was something I didn't understand was that
really is this Jack's new segment, the bit I didn't understand.
The bit I didn't understand. So he gets the ultimate
Easter egg bit.
Yeah, so he gets the ultimate upgrade. Yeah, so they kind of upgrade him and everything like that. Yeah, he's still in a wheelchair. It's just with pipes and everything.
The one thing you can't cure is the Stephen Hawking's disease. Yeah,
it's like surely you'd be like, oh, you get the ultimate upgrade, you could walk again. No. Well, he does walk at the end.
I think he does get up and start walking, doesn't he? Yeah.
Well, no, because he then jumps onto the ladder. Like, you don't see him; he just appears at the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, I would like to know how he gets on that ladder.
Yeah,
he just climbs up it. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
They had to. Hold on. They had to run to the roof, right? So they run to the roof. Mickey had to then drop a ladder, right? And then they had to jump on the ladder. Which, by the way, as they were jumping on the ladder, it's implied that the roof is collapsing and everything like that. And then suddenly they just look down and there's a Cyberman there.
Yeah, you're right. To be fair, yeah, I guess so.
Can we talk? Upgrade.
I've just remembered. Can we talk about how good looking this episode is? The CGI is brilliant. All the costumes are brilliant. In particular, Rose in that little maid's outfit, especially when she's on that ladder and you've got tights and a little skirt.
Oh no! You know the worst thing is, I said that to Brad as well.
Yeah, we did discuss this at the time.
I just.
I'll tell you what, right? If you'd have been watching that as a young teen, that would have been the start of puberty right there.
We also discussed the possibility of Pete fancying Rose, obviously not knowing that it's his daughter, or in another world it's his daughter. That's definitely a thing.
No, I don't think so. I didn't get that at all.
Yeah, when they're holding hands and then they go away and then he looks at her like.
Look, let's be real, right? You don't tell someone you're separated without wanting to bang.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that's because to be fair, I was cooking dinner in the second episode, so I don't know what you're talking about when you're talking about running around holding hands and stuff like that. Like, I must have missed that entire bit. No, I missed it. The only interaction between those two that I watched was the bit at the beginning where she's handing him like a champagne glass. And that to me was very Father's Day. Like, he's got that sort of familiarity with her because she's his daughter. Like, I didn't get a romantic vibe at all, but like I said, I did miss that second episode, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that it was implied again. It was just very awkward. It was like, Especially when he said, like, when she says about it, it's like that realization. He's like, "Oh shit."
Well, okay.
That
Speaking
wasn't.
of, go on.
God, I was just saying that wasn't an "Oh shit, you're my daughter." That was a "Oh no, I fucked up."
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what do you think of his abrupt exit?
Yeah, he realized he fucked up and he legged it.
Don't you
Sweet Home Alabama played in the background, you know.
especially in comparison to Father's Day last season, though? Like, that's pretty fucking brutal, don't you think?
It is and it isn't.
What do you mean?
Because, well, he's not the same person from Father's Day. He is, but he's not.
Yeah, I agree. But just like in terms of what that must have psychologically done to Rose.
Yeah, no, I don't get me wrong. Yeah, no, it would psychologically it would mess up Rose. But let's be real, Pete has never had a daughter. The only woman that's been in his life has been Jackie,
Yeah.
and he's separated from Jackie, so he's almost kind of not numb to the idea because I think he says that he wanted kids or something, and Jackie didn't. So he's always been open to the idea of having kids, but when you're kind of like 20 years down the line, it doesn't. I think they're together. I think he says that they've been together like 20 years or something.
Yeah. And she's 40 now.
Yeah. So I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
enough.
I don't know.
So right, yeah. So I have one question about this story. Why is there just a random curfew in London? What's that all about?
Yeah,
Curfew?
that's never explained.
I think I missed something here.
Right, okay,
When
so-
Mickey goes back to his nan that first time, he has to go through like a checkpoint, I guess you'd call it,
Yeah,
right?
it's a military checkpoint. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's that all about? It's a bit random, no?
Yeah, no,
That's a
they
good
never
point, very
fully
good.
explain it. Yeah.
Just,
But then there's no other soldiers that are seen apart from two. Like literally, that scene happens. Two soldiers walk past Rose and the doctor, and then there's no mention of any soldiers again.
must
is there
be a
any mention
loose.
of who they are? Are they unit or is it no mention?
No, they're just
No.
British Army.
Yeah, there's no mention of. Well, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got on the episode, except for the Easter egg was mentioned, dare I say, a couple of times in this episode. JP,
Yeah.
did
Oh.
you pick up on anything?
Yes.
Oh.
Right. So, not the Prime Minister, the President.
Oh,
Great
yeah,
Britain.
yeah.
The President of Great Britain says that he is a fine businessman, but he's not God.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, and that's it. And there's like various other bits and pieces. What was the other one? Oh, the crew are called Preacher. It's another religious trope.
Yeah.
So are we
Yeah.
going off a vibe that it's now more of a religious Easter egg, or are you still on the angels?
Well, the angels are religious, aren't they? So it's but that's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Are angels religious?
Yes, they're in the Bible. aren't they?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say it's religious iconography for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
that's it.
Good spot, to be fair. The Preacher thing was a good pickup, actually. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd ever noticed they were called Preacher before. So that was a nice little
Preacher.
motif.
Don't know why they're called preachers.
No, I did. I thought that little ragtag group was quite funny. To be fair, I like the bit where he's like, "I'm London's most wanted for parking
for
fines."
parking tickets. Yeah.
But I think that pretty much wraps up the episode. Does anyone have anything to add before we jump into love it or hate it?
I do actually.
here
A
we
very
go.
important point for all of you listeners that if you ever want to infiltrate a kind of a very large blimp and you want to knock some people out, smelling salts don't knock out people. It wakes them up.
They're not smelling salts though. It's something that
He says
woman
they're
who
smelling
died from.
salts. He goes, "Oh, they're smelling salts," and then it's just like, "Oh yeah." Right, I've used smelling salts at the gym to lift heavy. They don't make you go
I
sleep.
was very worried about
They
where
don't-
that sentence was going for a second.
Yeah. No, smelling salts send you absolutely like mental. Like you get like 10 seconds of just absolute mental.
I disagree. I don't think they do anything.
Oh, it's a fad, 100%. It's like all
No,
these.
no. Let's be real. Because I opened it up. I was in the car. I opened it up and I went, "Oh my god, that's fucking grim."
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
it's
can
just something-
smell
it's something that smells
shit.
horrible.
Yeah, no. It was like it's making my eyes water, and I'm like, yeah, but you got to inhale it like really close, just a little like sniff, and then that's it.
How does that make you stronger though? It doesn't.
No, because it's all a mental thing. Have you never seen The Hypnotist?
Yeah, so it's a
It's
placebo, is what
partly
you're
a mental
saying.
thing, but you also still need to be able to lift it. Like,
Yeah, you've got to be able
it's
to lift it.
physical.
But have you not seen the video with the man that believes his family's trapped under a car and he lifts up the car,
That's adrenaline.
which is technically the same?
Adrenaline salts don't give you adrenaline, though.
I'm assuming it releases adrenaline, though.
No way. No fucking way.
No,
It's like protein shakes. They don't actually do anything.
no, they don't.
No.
They're just a
Maybe
source
they
of
do. Maybe
protein.
they don't. It's a source of protein. Isn't it? You could just
Yeah,
like if you need extra protein in your diet, just you could have a protein shake or you
yeah.
just eat more meat, whichever one.
Meat is
How did
war.
we end up here? Oh, the sea salt thing. Yeah, so don't be roofing.
God Christ, the next time Josh is at the gym, he's like, right, I really want to lift this 5 kilo weight. Just busts out the
Like those hash browns at the calf, JP.
Oh,
JP, I don't know if you know this, Josh. It's also very slight tangent, but JP orders his hash browns without salt now because he doesn't like salt on his hash brown.
that's just too salty. Like, I don't want a mouthful of the sea. I want to enjoy my hash brown.
I've never asked for something to be not salted, but I don't season my food with salt because I'm scared I'll have a heart attack. So I do kind of get it.
It's not that. I don't like eating a mouthful of the sea. It's just like, all I can taste is salt.
We are so far off topic. I want to wrap this up and go to bed.
We are. But yes, so on that note, if anybody wants to knock anyone out, don't use smelling salts. Use some kind of Rohypnol or, what's the other one? Chloroform. That's it.
Jack, Rohypnol comes up. You bring Rohypnol up a surprising amount in this podcast. This is like, as you said that, I'm like, this is not the first time we've spoken about Rohypnol on this podcast. And what even once?
I don't know. When have I ever mentioned Rohypnol?
I can't remember, but it's definitely come up on this podcast.
I'm not sure that was. I reckon you've got other friends,
No, for sure, for sure.
Other friends he goes on surprise holidays with.
I'm sure you have. That someone's been date raped before. I feel like Rose has been done with Rohypnol.
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned a roofie colada or something like that, didn't I?
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, a roofie colada. Yeah.
And if you brought it up once, then you brought it up too many times. Just to be clear.
But let's move swiftly on to the love it or hate it.
Yeah, Josh, go on, JP. You kick us off.
I'll kick us off then. I love it. I think it was good.
Fair enough. Bradley?
Yeah, I'm gonna love it as well. I think it's a solid 2-part episode. Mickey's storyline gets wrapped up brilliantly. Rose is sick in it. All the other new people and their background stories are great as well, which I love. Even though you hate it, I think it's brilliant.
Interesting. I like the premise. I like the Mickey stuff. And I like the finale, but I don't think it's enough to win me over. I think I'm going to go with hate it, guys.
Oh, brutal.
Out of all of the ones we've watched so far, this is the one I'm least keen to rewatch.
No,
I don't know. I wouldn't rush back to the school episode. That was shit.
That was a sick episode. Right. Anyway, this was episode either 5 and 6 or 6 or 7. So we're at the midpoint of the season. Brad, I'll ask you first. Is it holding up in as your memory, David Tennant's first season?
I mean, I've always said that I think David Tennant's first season is weakest season. I think these 2 episodes are probably 2 of the better episodes of the series. And I've already looked forward to the rest of the series, and the only good episodes left are 2-parters. So it kind of goes downhill a bit from here with a little bit of a bounce up and down in the end.
But let's not look forward. Just comparing this first half, how has it been as half a season?
I mean, I enjoyed going to the fireplace more than I remembered. School reunion, decent. The Christmas one I quite like, even though I wasn't on the podcast for it.
Is it better or worse than you remember it being, is what I'm trying to get at?
I'm just going to say the same. It's David Tennant. I've always thought it was good.
Fair enough. And JP, over to you, comparing it to Christopher Eccleston's first series. How do you think this first half is holding up?
You know what? That's an interesting one. I think it's actually better, I would say.
Whoa,
Yes.
here we fucking go.
Yeah, no, I would generally say it was better. I'm not saying that for 1 second that the first half of season 1 was boring, but I don't know. I just feel like I've been.
Unquiet Dead was boring though.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. But I don't know. I think I'm preferring David Tennant as the Doctor. I think.
Wow. Okay.
When I
Yeah,
put it this way, I'd rather go back and watch the episodes we just watched and go back and rewatch the first 6 episodes of series 1.
Really? Even Dalek?
Yeah. Isn't Dalek episode 7?
It's episode 6.
Oh,
Okay. Start 1 episode then.
What about
I've
the
watched one
very
episode.
first episode with the Autons? That's a pretty good episode.
Yeah, it's all right. I wouldn't say it's
And
amazing.
what about the Slovene with what's her name? I'm Harriet
James?
Harriet Jones. That's it. I wanted to say
I
Harriet
don't
Tate.
like.
Why has that name come to mind?
I don't
Yeah,
like
they-
Harriet Jones.
Yeah, they're good
Unbelievable.
episodes as well, to be fair. I think I prefer the Cybermen to the Slovene, though. There's a 2-parter.
Yep.
Yeah,
true.
that's probably true, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Fair enough. Yeah, it's tough to be fair. But JP, did you watch the Next Time trailer this time?
I kind of did, and I kind of didn't.
You did.
I did, but I didn't make any notes on it, so I've completely forgot what was in the next time.
I mean, you shouted Parker. I remember that.
Parker.
So that'll be another Thunderbirds intro for that.
It was Parker.
the guy from Thunderbirds.
Parker, the driver, remember?
Oh yeah, no Parker. Yeah. No, I got it. Yeah.
God, I've never pulled that before. This series, we've had Lady Penelope and her driver.
I know. When's
Jesus,
Vanessa
yeah.
Hudgens turning up?
Yeah, so this is next week. It's the Queen's coronation. It is my second least favorite episode of this series, I would say.
I'd agree on that.
I think it's
Yeah,
not
you
the
didn't sound too
worst.
impressed with this forthcoming episode, Brad.
This episode I don't mind actually. I don't know. It's I can't decide. I'll have to watch and then decide.
Yeah, we will get there. We're jumping ahead. We've also had a request from Raquel that she would like to come on next week to discuss this episode with us. I'd be up for that because I'm going to have nothing to say on this episode, but it's up to you guys. It'd be nice to get her back on.
Yeah, always on it.
So we will have to pick a recording time in advance and stick to it. I know that's very difficult for us.
What sort of time did you do it last time?
I think it was
Did we do
quite
it on
late.
Sunday
wasn't it,
morning?
JP?
I think
No, it was morning for her, nighttime for
Well,
me, and middle of the day for you.
Let's discuss this off air because I feel like this is a waste of recording
Okay.
time.
Oh yeah, this is a peek behind the candelabra.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything further to add, guys?
Yeah, we should also talk about our setup and everything like that if we're talking about off-scene stuff. But,
What's set up?
I have
as
a
in how we
mic.
record and everything. Yeah.
What?
I've got headphones and Brad's got an iPhone 8, so
That he's not even listening to through fucking headphones. He's just on a phone call.
I am literally just on a Zoom call.
No, all right, guys, wrap it up then. Thanks for TikTok. Thanks for Instagram. It's been very quiet at the minute. We are going to get back on it probably. It's a lot of effort, and I really fucking hate Instagram.
oh,
Yeah,
I thought
have you not
loved
been doing? I've
Instagram.
not done anything on TikTok for a while, to be honest.
We need to get
No,
back
it's-
on it. Go on.
I was going to say, it's been a busy time in our lives. One of us has been away on holiday. The other two, well, we don't really have an excuse, but we don't have the keys to the Instagram
We
account.
moved out.
That was like a
That
month
was,
and a half ago.
that was before this series.
That was a month and a half
Could be.
ago, man. We're just the ones
That was
slowest
when we
to
were
remove
most
ourselves.
productive on the socials.
Yeah. I painted and recorded a podcast,
No, we'll definitely try and reach out because we love your engagement, guys. The account, the Instagram in particular, still gets followers, still gets likes and everything. And it has been about 2 or 3 weeks since we posted. So we will up that this week for sure.
Oh,
But
actually, to be fair, I'll give it that. TikTok has actually been. We've had a lot of followers recently and likes, so it's still reaching out there.
Yeah, so-
we really appreciate all the love and everything. So yeah, keep it up. And as I said, as Josh said, we'll be more active. We've just had a busy spot, but we're back. We're back again. Woo.
Oh, the awkward silence.
Right, wrapping it up there, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your engagement. Share us with your friends. Leave us a review, etc., etc. Adios, amigos.